So I haven't been to sleep yet. I've been packing up the dog sled while keeping it underneath cover and getting ready to move. Trying to be ready before dawn, but I think we're going to be a little bit behind schedule. I did make a new modification to the small sled. I added an extended set of skis underneath. It was just dragging too much with the ones I had, and that gives it more spring and lift so it can go over logs. So it's so nice. Now you may be asking yourself, hey native, why do you need a giant skull crushing hammer? Well, when my rope is frozen solid, it gets the job done nicely. There. Now I can pull the sled. So the sled is maxed out, meaning physically I can't move it myself. So I think that's about as far as it's going to go with the two boys. And yeah, hopefully this still works. Now to pack this one properly. Hey everybody, it's TheModernNative. So it's time to put this to the test. Got it all rigged up, set up, packed up, covered up, roped up, and strapped down. And we're ready to roll. See if the boys are ready to pull. So initially it had way too much weight on it. When I tried to pull it, I couldn't even budge it. So the wife and I tried together, still couldn't do it. So it was just too much on the boys. So took off a bunch of the clothing weight. And this I'm able to move myself. So just gonna have to do multiple trips. Just how it is until the sled team can work together. So not only did the sleds not work out as planned, even as a polk sled, my rung came apart. Fucking Christ, I quit, man. Even in failure, you have to appreciate the beautiful things. And sleep deprivation is a bitch. I haven't been to sleep yet. Been trying to get stuff done. Trying to figure out the sleds. But don't have the proper harnesses, so the dogs can't pull it properly. So it's just going to hurt them trying to do it. So I have to move everything by hand, then drag the sleds, wait for better snow, and try to figure out better harnesses. I need the X-back harnesses, but I don't have the money for that. So if you're out here and you're, awake for a whole day, day and a half, because you're in a survival situation or pushing through a long through hiking trek, or something along those lines where you're pushing your body to the limits and going through sleep deprivation, the ritual of laying down and going to sleep has a lot that it entails, and usually that involves getting undressed, taking your boots off, changing your socks, things like that, letting your feet have a rest point. So if you're not going to go to sleep, if you're not having that ritual, you're now putting your feet through 2 days of damage if you're not remembering to stop at some point and change your shoes. Now, I waited until my boots were totally saturated and my feet were starting to hurt, simply because I don't have many boot options and I can only rotate through so many times. So, these were a light color before they got filled with mud. I don't even want to see what my feet look like. Oh, pruned. Oh, just straight up prune. Oh. So yeah, bad. That's how you get boot rot, ladies and gentlemen. Good old trench foot. Welcome back, soldier. Oh. Yeah. This house is just dripping wet. Got to take care of your feet out here, guys. Make sure you change your boots. Change your socks. Let your feet get some air. No matter how cold it is and how much it hurts. Oh. Your feet need at least a minute to breathe to let that sweat and moisture evaporate off. So, as much as it hurts, you got to do it. So yeah, they are gnarly. So if you are wearing 2 pairs of socks, a little tip for you is make sure you give your pinky toe a lot of headspace. Grab both layers of socks and give yourself that little nudge, so that way you can actually have some space here for your toes, because sometimes you don't realize how crushed they get inside the 2 pairs of socks until you're walking and you can feel like a pinching raw mark right here in your toe. And that's because your toe has been smashed into the other one and you've been walking on it. So I think the takeaway for today is, even in the face of defeat and failure, don't let it crush you, don't let it define you. Try to figure out a way to persevere and overcome, and figure out what you actually need to do to accomplish your goal. Sometimes just grunting it, gotta just get through it. Simplest solution is sometimes the hardest, but it's also the option that, you need to go with, because that's what life is throwing at you, and it's what you need to do to actually live and survive. So, yeah. But for now, and until next time, get out there, be a native. Go beast.